qualifying one around Austria, and we started off going 0.641 seconds ahead of Verstappen, who took second place, and very annoying for me, the purple sector too. The other sectors we were clear ahead of the AI though. End of the session, and Hamilton now took second place, getting very close to me, and was 0.184 seconds behind me. Qualifying 2 then, and we went much better on our one lap, going 1.002 seconds quicker than Leclerc. Again, the AI taking purple sector this time. The first sector, which makes more sense than the second sector, a straight line versus corners. At the end of the session, Leclerc was able to keep his second place with an improvement on his lap to put him 0.715 seconds behind me. Last but not least, qualifying 3, and we had all 3 purple sectors, with a 1.036 seconds ahead of Verstappen in second place. Not even close in any area, the entire lap or sector. However, this gap to second place stayed, with no one improving to go quicker than Max, and Max not improving on his own lap. Sorry there for the coughing. It's fine. I'll clear my throat before the next clip. So yeah, I'll just hand you over to the pre-race so that I can do so.
It's just about time to get today's Grand Prix underway. We have a number of drivers in contention, but of course only one can claim that coveted top step of the podium. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Esteban Ocon lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Fernando Alonso, George Russell and Vettel, Hamilton, Gasly, Leclerc and Sergio Perez, Joe, Mick Schumacher, Valtteri Bottas and Norris, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, Albon and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Anthony Davidson will be sharing his insight alongside me once again today. What should we be looking out for, and let's talk briefly about Esteban Ocon.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? So we're in for an exciting start then, I'm sure, and then they'll all start to settle down a bit and try and find a rhythm as they plan the next phase of the Grand Prix. It's important to know when to push and when to hold back so as not to overcook those tyres early on.
So here we are on the grid.
Here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
How nice of Anthony Davidson to just display my strategy to everyone out there. And yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much what everyone should be doing if they want to try and beat me. Well, this low AI, of course. If you're a player, all you have to do is be quicker than me. Anyway. 2 mediums and a hard look like the quickest at the moment. Lap 24, lap 28 and lap 56. No, never mind. 23 and 23 and 46. See what 2 mediums and a soft can do. 2 mediums and a hard can do it. Surely a soft instead of hard could do it. 5.8, 6.6. I think I saw there. Yep, 6. See it. Ooh, 7. 7.5, 7.6. Didn't see it. 7.7. 7.9. Choose the fastest one. Oh my lord. It's actually really annoying. Stay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, yes, stay there, stay there, stay there. That's good, thank you. Lap 28 and lap 56. There we go. 1.5 seconds quicker, wow. Take the fuel out, go even quicker. See, go... Yeah, that should be enough. Let's go to the race. After we check the strategies. Mediums and a couple softs. Let's go. It should be fine. We'll win. Right. Here we go. Austrian Grand Prix. Let's get straight into it. So we started on mediums, doing the medium soft. However, a little bit too much throttle at the beginning. And so heading into turn 1 we were 3 wide. Made sure to give myself a wide berth on the other drivers. Didn't realise we were 3 wide. I just thought Max stayed to the inside, but I just need to be sure. Got back ahead of Alonso and heading into turn 3. We backed out of Verstappen, but Vettel tried to make a move, but it didn't work. And so we were left to go chase after Max in the race. It's a fairly okay start. Would have preferred it to be a bit better, of course, but considering we've had better starts previously, it's quite poor. Already a DRS gap ahead of Sebastian Vettel, so when lap 3 comes we won't have to worry about that. Speaking of lap 3, there's a lot of 3 wides down that straight. Oh, I know I needed to get past Max, and throughout sector 2 we just stayed really close to him, and as you can see, sector 3 within half a second of him heading into the final corner. Brake a little bit early, allow ourselves to get a better exit, pull towards the inside already, and he defends towards the inside, so I go middle, force him, brake a little bit early, but slow the car down, make sure we don't make contact with Verstappen, and we move ourselves up into P1 again in the Austrian Grand Prix. So yeah, we braked later than Max, but we just slowed down quite a bit and we still got ahead of him. I did go onto the grass a little bit, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the road. Forced Max to the inside, not really the inside actually. Clambers over the curb, but doesn't go at enough speed that he goes into me. Lap 6 was next, and I believe it was just a slow lap. But I want to see what moment causes a slow lap. I should really look at what sector it happens in. Well, that probably didn't help, did it? Going towards the middle. Oh well. Lap 9, Charles was battling with Lewis, and looks like Lando wants to join in as well. Lando started P14 on the softs, so he will want to make good use of those tyres before he has to pit for his mediums, whilst he's got a tyre advantage. Obviously, if these guys go onto hards on their 2-stop, like suggested, Lando could still have a tyre advantage over all of them. However, for Charles, his race was going to end here, pulling off to the side of the circuit just at the beginning of Sector 3. That's why I showed you the whole of Sector 2, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to talk much. And out of the Grand Prix goes Charles Leclerc, where he last won his... where his last Grand Prix win was in real life. So, lap 28 then. We'd pulled quite the gap on everyone else, and it was our pit lap. So, we came into the pits at the end of this lap. However, Schumacher decided to try and let me go on the inside, but I pulled over to the inside, made sure that he didn't. And we come into the pits. Okay, that's very weird. Safety car. Now, I saw Schumacher go wide, but I wasn't sure what that was for. I thought, then maybe I thought, oh, Schumacher's retiring. And actually, no, I didn't know what I thought, actually. I can't remember. But as you can see, Latifi is out of the Grand Prix. And I afterwards realised that Schumacher went wide. Also, Daniel Ricciardo's been mugged off here. I afterwards realised Schumacher went wide because of me. And it meant that Latifi just ran into the back of him. So going on board with Schumacher then. Yeah, pulls over to the side, then pulls over the back to the other side, lets me go. That's what I mean by going wide. Come back on circuit and you can just see in the mirrors the Latifi's gone into him, and then there's the safety car. So on board with Latifi then. There's me ahead, just about to pull over to the right, so that I can come in for my pit stop. Schumacher pulls to the left. Schumacher then goes wide into turn 9, and Latifi just drives into him. Latifi's fault. Is that Latifi? Yeah, it's Latifi. It's Latifi's fault. He's driven into the back of him. I also love how the green flags are out in the next sector. Oh no, there is contact. Okay, cool. Oh no, now the green flags don't show. Green flag before the contact. And to be honest, when would I have thrown a yellow flag? Oh, yellow. That's when I would have done it. But obviously because it's a game, it doesn't matter. Now, luckily for Ricciardo, I don't know what happened, but he got stuck behind the safety car. But lucky for him, but there's me weaving. Lucky for him, on this back straight between turn 3 and turn 4, I don't know what happened, but the safety car allowed him to go past, and he did not get a penalty, so it's good for him. Where he finished, I can't remember. Either way, the safety car came in at the end of lap 31. Obviously I went really slowly in sector 3, but that's... Oh, balls. Obviously I went really slowly in sector 3, but it weren't to allow Ricardo to catch back up. That was just because that's what I normally do. Weirdly, I thought, oh, it's going to be another Brazil Championship 39 Brazil situation. Weirdly, it wasn't. And was it Championship 9? I'm sure it happened in Championship 19 as well, because I think it happened to Mazepin. But anyway, it happened in Brazil Championship 39, I think, as well. I know it happened in Brazil, but they were stuck behind a safety car, and I thought, oh, this is going to happen to Ricardo again. His race is going to be ruined. But no, his race was fine, and well, I say it was fine. He's here, and because of the limiter, when the safety car comes in, he's not able to catch up. I think the game needs to get rid of that, to be honest. I mean, I see no point of it in it. What's the point of adding the limiter? So yeah, we're going really slowly, and even though we're going really slowly, Ricardo can't catch up. Oh no, we can. Oh, his delta's going down. Okay. But there's no point because we're at the final corner now. Anyway, we got underway, and he's already a pit stop gap behind still. And onto lap 32 we went. Now I'm going to stay on board for this sector 1 because although we launched quite early, what is it? I think, when did we launch? Let me just listen to it. Yeah, we launched off the final corner. Even though we did that, Max Verstappen still got a good run from turn 1. And, I mean, we had already pulled a 3-second gap to Russell, so I think they battled. He did have a look at it, but nothing worth noting. Welcome to Russell. Oh! Okay, that's why there was a 3-second gap. Ah, Russell. That's so weird. Fernando should have got Russell. Either way, we were able to pull a 1-second gap, and on lap 35 we had our first track limit warning, track extension warning of the race. Quite surprising actually, that we didn't get it for turn 1 or turn 10. Earlier in the race, but I'm not really surprised that it was at this corner. I like cutting that one. It's easy to cut. Semi-Kelts happened lap 35. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's why I never saw his car. So, lap 30, well, actually lap 34, but heading through the final sector, mixed engine, like, probably from the, I mean, that'd be cool if it was from the contact with Latifi, but I doubt the game has that, because it's coded from the beginning of the race. So anyway, heading on to lap 35, it was his last lap. How the hell has Ricardo got up to 15th? Okay, I'm sorry. What? I presume oh, that's why. It's all the way up here. That's why I never saw his car. Anyway, wait for it to ghost. It's ghosted. Did Magnussen pit? Yeah, Magnussen pit. Okay. I'm surprised. Well done, Ricardo. Okay, cool. Then we have to head on to lap 56. 57 actually, because I decided to accidentally go one lap later for my pit stop. I love this helicopter cam. I wish we could choose the camera, not... Well, I wish we could toggle between the camera and the driver, like real life actually is, because you don't choose the driver, you can't choose the driver, you choose the camera. I'd love for that to happen. Obviously, came into the pit and it looked like there was damage. Came into the pits lap 57. Came in for our soft tyre stint. It looks like there's some tables up there. Oh, there is. I'm gonna have a look at that later. So yeah, came in for our soft tyres. Gonna come out just behind Sonoda, I believe that was. Or Pierre Gasly. Nope, Pierre Gasly, there's Sonoda. So out onto the track in P1, just ahead of Sonoda. Soft tyres to the end of the race. Let's see what we can do and where we can brake. I won't spend Bahrain. I won't do like Bahrain because I haven't done that in ages. I can't. You can't do it when you're in the pit lane. Right, who's close? Oh, well, that helps earlier. We'll have a look at this first. Whilst I've broken my zip on my clothes. So, obviously, Vettel just behind his teammate after his teammate's just let me go. His teammate has to go a little bit. He's lucky that he didn't end up like Latifi and out of the race. But his race is still ruined. Some nice tables. And some empty rooms. Wait, what? Okay, reflections. Cool. Hey, my guys. My guys are ready to go. They're all getting up. I love how it looks like they're... Wait, one of them already has a gun. The wheel gun. This isn't relevant, but I want to look. This dude already has the wheel gun. How? So do you. None of them have the tires though. Anyway, that's not important. So on to soft we went. And next up we had to go to lap 63. Because we track extended for the second time. Where? I'm not quite sure. I wanted the outside, so that's why that happened with Lando. And for turn 3, I was trying to brake at 75 meters. So that's why I went a little bit wide. I'm going to have to hit my zip with a hammer in a minute because I can't get it back. I've twisted it so it's stuck at an angle. I don't know why I'm trying to fix it during the video. I'm either going to break the zip or fix it. Probably even break my hand. Fingers. Words. Lap. Race. I need to finish that. But on lap 63 we also had a second warning to result in a penalty. Not quite sure where it was. I think it was here. No. Was it lap 60? No, it's lap 64. Whoopsie, my bad. And there's me braking at 75 metres for turn 1. There's my next attempt at 75. Works a bit better. Actually, I don't think I've broken at 75 that lap, this lap. But this time I extended it. No, what? I thought I extended here. Did my penalty come here? Oh yeah. Clear as day, my penalty. But next up, lap 71. And basically, we just dominated. Absolute domination of the field. Oh, I fixed my zip. Okay. Anyway, coming around the final couple of corners, on low battery, as we wanted, and we come across the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix, unlike last season. So that's a nice big bonus. Fastest lap as well. Not quite sure what lap, but it was a 108 something. But very nice to win the race and get fastest lap. And we are just 18 points behind the minimum where we should be. We have a 70-point gap, when at this point the minimum I would expect is 88, because we've had 11 races and you gain 8 points from first to second every race. So yeah, still got a way to go to win the championship, but halfway point of the season, it's looking good.
Understood. Stopping this lap. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
So here we are coming into the pit lane then. As you can see, Schumacher in the background going a little bit wide, and then you see Latifi, here green flag, coming to the pit lane.
Okay, we've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed.
And right on cue, the safety car is deployed, and we see it as we enter the pit lane.
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Didn't even notice that the speed of my car dropped when I was in the pit lane there.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
So yeah, I just found that really cool. Never before have I seen a safety car leave the pit lane as I'm entering it. I've got the pit when the safety car comes in 1 lap now. I really want to do that. I think that'd be really cool to just one day follow the safety car into the pit lane. Obviously I won't do it during Project Ultimate, I'll do it during a side race. Obviously I'd have to get a safety car out first. Anyway, the race was done on the 11th of February and the script is, or was, written 11 days later, on the 22nd of February. Getting slightly closer to the same day. And what is closer to the same day is the voiceover on the 24th of February, which is 2 days later. If you can or can't do math, I'm just informing you of that. But in my opinion, I should have finished that bit. But in my opinion, it is not close enough. That would be the same day. Hopefully, if I stop procrastinating, I can get to that for the Italian Grand Prix as the latest. Obviously, if I actually do the scripts, a couple days in advance before I actually have to voice them. Anyway, the tyre temperatures, as usual, I do not remember them. That's another thing that will help with when the script get close to each other, to itself. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Let me just talk about the race. I could just look in the previous highlights in theatre mode and then use photo mode to zoom in on the tyre temperatures, but then that is a lot of effort and it only works for the previous 3 races. At this point, Austria, France and Hungary. Belgium will be done on Saturday, which is today for you guys. Maybe. Depends when you watch this video. And the summer break has no races for there to be highlights in theatre mode. The grid slot was very poor, but still a purple. The front wing was in line with the yellow line. How it is not green, I have no idea. The start and end, I had a turn of wheel spin, and so Verstappen and Alonso from P2 and P4 were alongside by turn 1. However, Fernando on the far inside lost speed and on the exit, and so I fell only to second place. I tried setting up a move on Max through turn 3, but instead it invited Sebastian from wherever he started to dive me. However, it turned to nothing and I stayed P2 till pretty much lap 3. I forced Max onto the inside of turn 1 and with the speed all the way around the outside and no curb to lose speed on, we had P1 and began to pull away. Not without touching the grass on the straight first. Just a lapse in concentration. I'm not sure why. It was really weird because I thought I wouldn't be able to get the move because going into turn 1 I slowed so much. I thought Max would just be able to take much more speed, but he hit the curb. So yeah. Next, lap 6, a slow lap. No idea why. I was just slow. Slower than my target time, at least. Then on lap 8, 9, Charles and Lewis battled each other in Sector 2, but in Sector 3 it meant nothing as Charles retired from the Grand Prix, pulling over to the right of Turn 3. 8. Where the hell did Turn 3 come from? Now we have to go all the way to lap 28, in lap from mediums to another set of mediums for a double medium then soft strategy. So we came into the lane with no speeding, a purple turn-in, a slow release unlike last season and a clean exit. Only to see the safety car leave the pit lane as I entered it and back on the track with Daniel Ricciardo in 18th place right behind it, not overtaking it. And this was all caused by Mick very weirdly going wide at turn 9 after I lapped him. I think it was because I went into the pit lane and he avoided making contact with me, but he still should have not gone wide off the circuit. So when he rejoined the circuit, he slowed down and Latifi in 15th place at the time behind him ran right into the back of him. Well done. This sheared his front left and caused a brief period of yellow flags, which quickly became a safety car, and as I was entering the pit lane, I saw it leave its pit box. Something I have never seen when I am playing or even anyone else's video clips. So I found that really cool. Then something someone will not have found cool was Ricciardo leading the pack behind the safety car. Luckily on lap 30 he finally got let past on the turn 3 to turn 4 straight. I honestly thought the Aussie was going to have to stay behind it and have his race ruined and lapped by everyone in 2 more laps like Hamilton and Mazepin in Brazil. I am sure it happened somewhere else, but Brazil was the first and more memorable occasion, I think. I feel like it happened in Portugal as well, but I'm not quite sure. It's weird because I've only done one race in Project Ultimate F1 AI around Portugal, and there's definitely no safety car, so I don't know. In that one, the AI were brake checking me instead. However, for Ricciardo, the safety car came in on the next lap. What? Oh, I didn't mention that he overtook it. Okay, he overtook it. And, however, for Ricciardo, the safety car came in on the next lap, on lap 31. So through Sector 3, I backed up everyone as usual. Then I decided to bolt through turn 10. I did not really catch anyone off guard. However, after Sector 1, we had a large gap to Russell in 3rd place due to an incredible 2 set of circumstances. Whatever you want to say. Sainz into turn 1 was defending Russell, who went on the outside. He got spooked in, and into turn 1, he went wide and slowed down a lot. This allowed Alonso to try and overtake him, but Alonso did not, as Sainz planted his throttle through turn 1 and ran over the curb on the outside, and he half spun, but did not block Alonso from overtaking Russell. He instead slowed down as well, probably yellow flags. Russell then incredibly still overtook his man, even while losing 3 seconds to Max in second place behind me. Sainz then lost positions to Russell, Alonso and Norris and put himself 6th place. I just found all of it very funny. Next up, lap 35, I had my first track extension warning at turn 7, or a corner cut at turn 8, self-explanatory. I tried taking more speed through turn 7 and paid the price with a warning after I cut turn 8. Then the same lap for me, but earlier, lap 34, for Mick, his engine went kaput and he retired from the race, pulled off the circuit at turn 1, going to the same place Kvyat did when his puncture happened in the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix. Lap 57 was next for me. Should have been lap 56, but I was enjoying the rhythm and continued an extra lap and pit on lap 57 instead for 13 laps of softs. Lock up, 14 laps of softs. Lock up but no speeding in the pit lane, purple turn-in and a quick release. Just like the pit stop from last season that I used as reference for every particularly good or very bad release in the next few races in that season. My script ends abruptly and I didn't even realise, so now I've got to rush to try and find the longer script. Just bear with me 1 second. Word, you load so slowly. There you are. Right, there we go. Nice exit, and we were ahead of Tsunoda on the exit of the pit lane. Now, on the same lap, Vettel, whom I just lapped, had some trouble with his teammate in turn 9. Can you see what's coming? All he did was run into the back of him, Schumacher-Latifi style. This time, Stroll did not do what Schumacher did, and instead he kept on the circuit. Well, he did similar to Schumacher, but instead of Schumacher, he didn't go as wide. And Vettel being closer and Stroll further from me, Vettel only got his front wing taken off, but he had to pit the next lap and ruined his race, going from 13th place to pretty much last now. Now I use this as an opportunity to explore the pit lane, saying what F1 Live should have been and how the Alpine pit lane crew have and do not have the stuff that they need for the pit stop. For example, they should be carrying the 4 soft tyres, but they should not have the 4 wheel guns until they are outside of the garage, because that's where the power cable limits them to be. Basically nitpicking at the animation of a pit stop because I can, and it's something that should really be correct. Come on, Codemasters and EA. Just replace the wheel guns with the tyres, and then when the tyres spawn, just replace those tyres with the wheel guns. And then do some sneaky coding stuff so that the wheel gun and tyres are in the correct place. Anyway, now we head into the last 10 laps. I was trying to press the braking markers. This lap I tried 50 metres at turn 3. This is lap 63, by the way. And after just lapping Norris, it meant I slightly overshot and extended the turn and received my second track limit warning of the race. Then on lap 64, I got the third warning and a 3-second penalty with another corner cut at turn 8, or track extension of turn 7, whichever one you want to believe or think, I don't care. I call it a corner cut of turn 8 because I was turning right at the time I was off the circuit. Last but not least, lap 71, I was depleting the battery like Canada and Great Britain in order to try and finish on 0%. But like Great Britain, it did not quite work, and we finished first 46 seconds ahead of Max with a 3-second penalty and around 5% of battery left. However, in the grand scheme of it all, the only thing that matters is that I won the Grand Prix, and now I have a 70-point lead over Verstappen in the championship. 18-point smaller gap than what I should really have. 8 points every race, and 11 points races done. It means I should really have an 88-point gap. However, to get that gap, we need Verstappen to falter, so all we can do is win the races and win the championship well before Abu Dhabi. That continues in France. So yeah, I've got nothing to talk about. Pre-season testing should be over now, so that's fun, nice. I'm already excited for it. This has been done on a Friday. I've not read into it. Obviously, you don't read into testing. Yeah, it is, well, the pace at least. You want to look at the what do you call it? You want to look at the mileage, and with Russell and McLaren and Aston Martin having problems, well, those are the only ones I know at least. Not looking good for those at the moment, but you know, should be all fine. We've got 1 week and then the season begins. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm just going to say goodbye now because I'm waffling and I don't know why. So yeah, goodbye.